From the schoolyard to the stadium, Aon has been helping Kiwis strive for sporting success on a local, regional and national level for over 20 years. We're proud to support New Zealand's sporting organisations and communities up and down the country. As New Zealand's leading insurance broker, we can also support you when it comes to your insurance. Expert advice and local service. From quote to claim management, we're with you every step of the way. Talk to your local Aon insurance broker today.
Swimming classification has 14 classes and is split into 3 groups. Physical impairments are represented by numbers 1 to 10, where S1 swimmers are the most impaired and S10 the least. Visual impairments occupy classes S11, 12 and 13. S11 swimmers are blind through to S13 who have milder visual impairments. Finally, S14 is for those with an intellectual impairment.
Challenge yourself this summer at the Banana Boat Ocean Swim Series. Distances to suit all abilities. And this year hosting the New Zealand Secondary School Champs. So much more than a swim. Enter at oceanswim.co.nz.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2020 Aon New Zealand Short Course Championships. Scott Rice, your presenter and commentator this week at Waterworld in Hamilton, live on the live stream and live on skysportnext. It's been 12 months since the New Zealand swimming competition because of COVID. Lovely to be back. Swimmers, coaches, officials, all excited to be back on pool deck for the first competition in a long time. And on this morning's program, the first of 10 sessions here at the Short Course Champs, we have the men's 800 metres freestyle, a timed final, followed by the women's 1500 metres freestyle. We move then into some heats this morning. The men's 100 metres breaststroke will see Zahn Collins try and back up his 2019 national title. The women's 100 metres backstroke will be 100 metres breaststroke, Bronna Ryan and Kira Smith. They'll be looking to progress strongly to the finals this evening. After the breaststroke, move to the men's 100 metres backstroke, where there's some exciting new junior talent coming through. We'll be looking forward to seeing them in action. The women's 100 metres backstroke up next, which will be Paige Flynn and Emma Godwin preparing for a good showdown this evening in the final. The men's 200 metres butterfly follows with the Wellington swimmers coming in to try and battle it out, and finishing with the women's 200 metres butterfly heats and Helena Gasson away at the International Swimming League, an opportunity for some age group swimmers to come through and show their worth. Looking forward to first session of the Aon 220 New Zealand Short Course Championships. Please join me in welcoming our technical officials for this morning's session of the 2020 Aon New Zealand Short Course Championships. Put your hands together for the technical officials this morning for the first session of the 2020 Aon New Zealand Short Course Championships, coming onto pool deck now. Our referee for this morning's session is Gavin Iron from Waikato. Our starter for this morning's session, Ross Gillespie from Northland. The technical director for these championships is Leslie Huckins from Canterbury. Officials, thank you. You can now be seated. We'll now hand over to the referee and starter to get us underway. The first event to the blocks is the timed final of the men's 800 metres freestyle. As we just do the final preps to start the first session of this meet, just remember to use the official hashtag for the event, hashtag NZ Short Course 220, when you're uploading any photos online. We'd love to repost and share those images, and be sure to follow Swimming New Zealand's social media accounts for stories and photos of the week, at Swimming New Zealand for Facebook and at swimming_NZ for Instagram. And we'd like to make a special mention of our sponsors and supporters for their support of the 220 Aon New Zealand Short Course Championships. Aon for their ongoing support of Swimming New Zealand. Skysportnext, a special thanks to them, the official broadcast partner of Swimming New Zealand. And we're now underway with Event 1, the men's timed final 800 metres freestyle. And underway in the 800 here is Bryn Drummond in lane 2 from Jazzy Canterbury. In lane 3, Ben Isles from Aquagym Canterbury. Boston Haddon in lane 4. Matthew Spate in lane 5. Daniel Calabot in lane 6. And Jonty Sheriffs in lane 7. And a nice fast start in lane 3. Ben Isles turns in 29.02. And the New Zealand record for this event ranges from the 13-year-olds at 8:30 through to Zach Reed's 7:44.53. So NZ Aqua Black Zach Reed currently holds the New Zealand Open short course record for this event at 7:40.62 and set it at the Bay of Plenty short course champs last year. And Zach and Quinton Hurley from Jazzy, who is the New Zealand Junior Worlds rep, have both posted entry times under the A standard and development standard respectively. But those times will be hard to reach today, but a good start here in the middle of the pool by Boston Haddon, lane 4. He turns in 3:15 at the 300 metre mark and has pulled away to a lead of about 3 or 4 body lengths over lane 3 and 4, that is Ben Isles and Matthew Spate. And just wanting to settle into a rhythm now in this 800 metres freestyle. Hopefully a good warm-up under their belts will have them be able to start pretty strongly, and it'll come down to that training, that preparation that's gone in to see whether they can hold that pace, and obviously coaches snapping on the stopwatches to check the splits as they go through each 50, each 100, check they're on target. And for the viewers at home, distance swimmers often wanting to stick to a certain time as they turn, and that can often tell them whether they're going to land on the final time they want to achieve at the end of that distance. And Boston Haddon turning the 400 metres in 4:22.46. So you can, a quick calculation, you double that and add a little bit more. We're probably looking at about a 9 minute or under here for this 800 metres freestyle. Boston Haddon's entry time of 8:53.11. So his entry time has him about 13 seconds ahead on paper, but we'll see what happens. And just slipping into second place now, Matthew Spate. So moving through the 600 metre mark at 6:38.77, Boston Haddon holding the lead comfortably at the moment in this men's timed final 800 metres freestyle. Looking strong and consistent in the middle of the pool from St Peter's, Boston Haddon. And just coming up strongly in lane 6 is Daniel Calabot from Aquanites. And just 14 years of age, Daniel Calabot and Matthew Spate. And from Aquagym, Ben Isles, the 15-year-old in lane 3, is just holding on to second place at the moment. 100 metres left to swim here in this men's 800 metre freestyle timed final at this Aon 2020 New Zealand Short Course Championships. The first event, the first session of 10 sessions this week in Hamilton. Looking for a PB time of 8:53.11. He gets the whistle, 50 metres left to swim here. Completed 14 lengths of the pool, 2 to go. Boston Haddon heads for home. Racing against a PB time and a national championship. Digging it in for the final 10 metres. Boston Haddon, give him a round of applause. He comes in to win this event. 8:52.46, just underneath his entry time. Second place goes to Ben Isles in 8:59.41, and just a fraction behind Matthew Spate. The 14-year-old takes out the bronze. So Matthew Spate winning the 14-year-old champ there in just under 9 minutes. We move now to the second of the time finals, the 800 metres freestyle. We'll get underway with that now. In lane 1 is Alexander Sessioni from Raumati. In lane 2, Dominic Faulkner from St Paul's. In lane 3, from Nelson South, Oxford Bailey. In lane 4, from Orca, is Jackson Herrick. In lane 5, from Nelson South, is Nick Hall. In lane 6, from Capital, is Eli Ashby. In lane 7, from Greendale, Caleb Carlisle. And in lane 8, from Wanaka, Benjamin Silipo. The second of the time finals, the men's 800 metres freestyle. And Eli Ashby takes them through the first 50. And also the 100 at 59.04. Oxford Bailey in 3 turns second. Caleb Carlisle turns third. And looking at the entry times, the fastest, the 16-year-old in the middle of the pool, Jackson Herrick at 8:34.86. And all pretty even across the field as we move through 150 metres here. 16 lengths of the pool, a short course competition, a 25-metre pool here for the swimmers, meaning 16 lengths of the pool for the 800 metres freestyle. And the turns, so important in a short course competition. Their technique, the technique into the turn, the push off the turn, the streamline, all contributing majorly to the overall result here in distance events. And races won or lost in the turns, the breakouts, the streamlines, and taking the lead by the looks of it in lane 6 is Eli Ashby of Capital. Lane 2, Dominic Faulkner is in second place. Oxford Bailey slips back into third. And the ages of these boys, all 15, 16 across the field. The 15-year-olds in lanes 7 and 8. And especially with the boys, the men, as they certainly grow in strength as they get older. So makes a big difference every year they get older. And distance freestyle, all about the conservation of energy in those early 100s, keeping that technique perfect and leaving those reserves for the final 200 to 300 metres when we get to the business end of the 800 metres freestyle. And just starting to tighten up. Nothing in it at the moment. 0.4 of a second Eli Ashby has over the rest of the field. So that lead closing. It looks like lane 2, Dominic Faulkner, may have taken the lead. Indeed, he has. Dominic Faulkner leads through the 350-metre mark at 3:42.05 and eyeing each other up. So the advantage of bilaterally breathing or breathing on both sides, an advantage for distance freestylers. Some would say you want to swim your own race, but in distance freestyle, the breathing on both sides gives you an opportunity to look at your fellow swimmers, your competitors on either side of you, to gauge where you are sitting in the field. And at the moment you can see in lane 2, Dominic Faulkner just peering over to Oxford Bailey in 3. And wanting to keep a watch on Eli Ashby in lane 6. Now Jackson Herrick in lane 4, the fastest on paper into this race, is lagging by quite a margin at the moment, sitting about 3 seconds back. And starting to see a little bit of a push here by Oxford Bailey. He takes the lead, 4:47.19. And you can just sense he's looking over to lane 2, and he's seen that little break he's taken. He's going, I'm going to put a little bit more on them here. He's almost got to, well, just over half a body length, approaching a body length lead here with Oxford Bailey. He's kept his powder dry and now starting to exert a bit of pressure on this field. Oxford Bailey turns the 500 metres in 5:19. 300 metres left to swim. A little bit rusty here on the commentary. Said 16 lengths of the pool. What am I talking about? It's 32. We're back, and Oxford Bailey turns with 9 lengths to swim. 9 lengths to swim here in the men's 800 metres freestyle. He turns the 600 in 6:23.43. He holds the lead at the moment of 4 or 5 seconds over Nick Hall and Eli Ashby. And Nick Hall really starting to come through in lane 5. Nick Hall from Nelson South. But in complete control, Oxford Bailey from Nelson South, his teammate Nick Hall coming through in lane 5. Good training partners there. And we look as the officials start turning over those numbers at the end of the pool. 5 lengths of the pool to swim. coming up to the final 100, ladies and gentlemen. Age group champions being decided in these two 800-metre timed finals. And Oxford Bailey, the 16-year-old from Nelson, in complete control of this with 3 lengths to swim. His teammate Nick Hall has slipped into second. Eli Ashby holding on to third. Dominic Faulkner has faded a little bit in lane 2. Great support from teammates on the side of the competition pool. 50 metres left to swim here for Oxford Bailey. He's led from the early stages. And he looks up at the number just to check. 1 length to swim. The kick starts to come in. Just 12.5 metres to swim. Huge amount of energy in that final few metres, and he touches to win in 8:29.57, and he's well underneath his entry time. So great heat swim there for Oxford Bailey. He's got Fergus Drummond in the final tonight. But a great swim there by Oxford Bailey. 5 seconds under his entry time. Second to Nick Hall and third to Eli Ashby. That was the second of the time finals, the 800 metres freestyle for men. We move now to event number 2, the 1500 metre freestyle for women. The first of the timed finals. The first of 3 timed finals, 2 this morning, 1 this evening, and this is the first of the timed finals. In lane 3, Alexandra Marshall from Tasman, 14 years old. Lane 4, 13-year-old Brooke Swan from Tasman. In lane 5, from Ashburton, the 14-year-old Hannah King. In lane 6, from Hamilton Aquatics, the 13-year-old Sophie Hay. And 60 lengths of the pool at the Aon 220 New Zealand Short Course Championships. A 25-metre pool. So the full 60 for the 1500 metres, and the officials are turning the numbers at the end of the pool to help the swimmers to keep account if they lose count in their own heads. So much going on in the head of these swimmers to concentrate on technique, on turns, and also to count how many laps they've done is often quite a challenge. So you'll often see these distance swimmers looking up to check the numbers at the end of their lanes. And a nice start here in lane 5. This is Hannah King from Ashburton and Sophie Hay alongside her in lane 6, turning almost together through the first 150 metres. And we'll be looking for some exciting times throughout the morning and this evening in this event. Caitlin Deans, the fastest coming into the time final with a time under the FINA A standard. And she did that time to qualify for World Short Course 2 years ago and looks to repeat this with an entry time already listed under the standard 16:23.19. Gina McCarthy from Hamilton Aquatics will be chasing her down this evening with an entry time just 2 seconds short of the development standard. Rounding out the top 8 is the National Open Water Age Group champion Ella Hoskin from Evolution Aquatics and Abby Smale from Tasman, and place getter Ruby Heath from Capital. That's this evening in the third and final 1500 metre time final for women. Each of these swimmers looking to win in their age groups. So we've got both 13 and 14-year-olds in this race we're watching right now. And the two 13-year-olds in this field, Brooke Swan in lane 4 and Sophie Hay in lane 6, with times of 18:19 and 18:44 respectively. And looking at the New Zealand age group records in those at those ages, Erica Fairweather holding the 13-year-old New Zealand record at 8:58.05. So, be a little bit slower than that. We'll update on the 1500, probably come back to you on those times. But Erica Fairweather holding the record there. And looking at the swimmers now, lane 5, Hannah King leads by 2 seconds over Sophie Hay. Brooke Swan in third, a further 7 seconds back. She's swimming alongside Alexandra Marshall. So these two swimmers sort of buddying up, whether that's on purpose or not. And we make our way through the first 17 laps of this 1500 metre freestyle for women. Beautiful, smooth, efficient technique here by Hannah King. So a special thanks to skysportnext, the official broadcast partner of Swimming New Zealand. Remember that you can watch all sessions live and free on the skysportnext YouTube channel. Special thanks must go to Teamline for their extensive support of this event. Teamline are the official merchandise and apparel sponsor of Swimming New Zealand and are on site, so please check out their store upstairs next to the grandstand. You can also visit their website for event merchandise and all your swimming gear needs. That is Teamline. Thank you for your support. And of course to Aon for your ongoing support of Swimming New Zealand and the title sponsor of these championships. Hannah King turns in 4:41.75 through the 400 metres. She turned in 2:18.31 through the 200. So just looking that first 200 at 2:18. the second 200 at 2:23. So that's sort of taking into account the dive in the initial 50 metres. So probably looking to see a second 200 of around about the same 2:22, 2:23 for Hannah King. And that lead just increasing slightly, Hannah King over Sophie Hay in lane 6. Sophie Hay, 1 year younger at 13 years old, doing a great job out there in the outside lanes. She turned the 400 in 4:44 and the 600 in 7:12. So just looking at the times, the third 200 metres for Hannah King, about 2:25, so just moving slightly off that pace. 2:25 for the third 200 for Hannah King. She started at 2:18, 2:23, 2:25 as we move our way through this 1,500 metre freestyle for women. Timed final. Each of these swimmers looking to win their age group at these championships. And out there in lane 3 is Alexander Marshall, the 14-year-old from Tasman. Just approaching the 600 metre mark. And just looking at the breathing techniques of these swimmers, very fluid, very smooth with Hannah King. Important to ensure with so many breaths needing to be taken over 60 laps that technique of turning the head, keeping the head nice and flat, keeping one of the eyes in the water. You'll see that with Hannah King. Nice low position of the head turning to the right. She's bilaterally breathing, and just looking at the moment, it looks to be a couple of breaths on the right, a couple of breaths on the left, and keeping that stroke nice and even. And the kicking, generally a 2-beat kick. That is a kick that helps to keep the body nice and balanced. It's not kicking too hard to expend that energy too early, but as we've seen in the previous 800 metre men's events, that kick starts to come in the final couple of 100 metres as they can see the end in sight, and often comes in to just give that final burst of speed to perhaps collect a place or two. So welcome back to everyone. The first national championships in near on 12 months, and a tough time for swimmers and those associated with competitive swimming. A whole lot of training, not a lot of racing. Test all of those swimmers from a mental point of view to keep their eye on the prize, to keep the motivation up. So well done to all of those swimmers that have trained throughout the last 12 months and now into some top-level racing for the first time in a while. And with Auckland and the whole country moving to level 1 on Thursday, welcome news yesterday. And Aucklanders welcome down to join this championships here in Hamilton from Thursday. And just keeping a monitor here on lane 5, Hannah King. She has 15 or 14 laps of the pool to swim, so not far to go. 350 metres to swim here. In second place, Sophie Hay, 6 seconds back, 12 seconds back to Brooke Swan. .300 metres left to swim for Hannah King. Nice to see the support on the side of the pool, these distance events very early in the program. First up, and looking forward, we've got the men's 100-metre breaststroke following this women's 1,500-metre freestyle, followed by the women's 100 metres breaststroke, the men's and women's 100-metre backstroke, and the men's and women's 200 metres butterfly to conclude the first session here at the Aon 2020 New Zealand Short Course Championships. So swimmers looking to get a solid heat swim in this morning, make their way through to the final this evening. And turning with 200 metres left to swim is Hannah King in the middle of the pool, lane 5. Brooke Swan in lane 4, sitting in third at the moment, 12 seconds back. Sophie Hay in second in lane 6. And with 150 metres left to swim, we'll probably start to see a little bit more of that kick starting to come into play. A seed time of 18:22.18 for Hannah King, looking to beat that this morning, we hope, and take out the 14-year-old championship. Perhaps, but some fast swimmers in latter heats will be watching on, but it's a great performance here by Hannah King. That margin to open up to 19 seconds now, back to Sophie Hay. Since Hannah King is just starting to turn that dial up with 100 metres left to swim. 4 lengths of the pool to go here of 60 in the women's 1,500 metre freestyle. First of the timed finals this morning. 13 and 14-year-old girls in this event. Very consistent stroke and technique here from Hannah King. She showed that the whole way through, and a great hallmark of accomplished distance swimmers. 50 metres left to go here. Turns for home, Hannah King, with a margin of 20 seconds over her nearest rival in this event, in this race. And hunting for a time of 18:22, her entry time. And she's going to smash that. 17:54.58. What a fantastic time for Hannah King from Ashburton. And Sophie Hay coming in for second in lane 6. Her seed time of 18:44. She's going to do a great job of smashing that too. 18:16. And in third place, lane 4, Brooke Swan from Tasman touches in 18:29.99. The next event, event 2, the second of the time finals of the women's 1500 metres freestyle. In lane 1 from Mount Maunganui, Monique Bartlett. In lane 2 from Selwyn, Brooke Bennett. In lane 3 from Napier Aquahawks, Arabella Smith. In lane 4 from Liz Van Welly Aquatics, Sarah Cummings. In lane 5 from Evolution Aquatics, Talita McEwen. In lane 6 from Aquanites, Bella Wansborough. In lane 7 from Hamilton Aquatics, Tess Cleaver. In lane 8 from Stratford, Heidi Sextus. And a body length lead to start for Talita McEwen from Evolution in Tauranga. Speaking to her mother earlier this morning, starting to get into a little bit of surf lifesaving and getting her head around all the equipment and the technique required for some of those events, but already starting to excel at a high level in surf sports as well. So a very talented multi-sporter here, Talita McEwen in lane 5. A seed time of 17:19.13. We've watched Talita all the way through from when she was a young swimmer and has risen through the ranks, continues to progress with her swimming and get faster each year. On the state teams last year, so probably like many swimmers looking forward to getting out and having a hit out here. She turns the first 200 metres in 2:10.50. She holds a 5-second lead over Arabella Smith in lane 3 and Sarah Cummings in lane 4. Nothing in it for second and third at the moment, but very, very early stages here. .60 lengths to the pool for this women's 1500 metre freestyle, second of the timed finals. ages ranging from 13 years old in lane 1 with Monique Bartlett through to 16-year-old Sarah Cummings and Tess Cleaver. So range of ages, and certainly that age will help develop. There's more muscle, more strength. And the older girls typically starts to even itself out about 15, 16. We've seen that with Erica Fairweather really starting to come in at age 14 and starting to really compete at a national level, an open national level. And Talitha McEwen looking really strong in the initial 300 to 400 metres here. So just for the swimmers here in the complex, if you look at the scoreboard there's some interesting features of the scoreboard. If you see a swimmer's split time in red, it means that they have swum a slower 50 metre than the previous. If their split time is in green, it means they have swum a faster 50 than the previous. And if it is yellow, it means they swum exactly the same time as the previous 50. And when we get to the end of the event, if the finish time is in green, it means it is a faster time than the entry time, and red means a slower time than the entry time. So that's the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. Green means faster than the previous 50 or split. Red means slower, so you can keep a track of how the swimmers are progressing. A nice feature that I haven't seen on the scoreboard, so that's really great for the spectators within Waterworld here in Hamilton. Back to the racing, Talitha McEwen turning the 600 metres in 6:43.01. She holds the lead of 10 seconds over Arabella Smith in lane 3, who turned in 6:53. And back to Sarah Cummings, a further 4 seconds back, turning in 6:57 through the 600 metre mark. Nothing like top-level racing for these talented swimmers from around the country. And a first chance in a while for a major hit out here in their chosen events. And a chance for the swimming community around New Zealand to come together, to see each other again. And that's also important, as we know, the social side of the sport. And looking at that 800 metre time. We're coming up to the 800 here for Talitha McEwen. (9:02.02) for Talitha, and let's see how she tracked in terms of that lead she's got at the moment. But 9:02.02 for Talitha McEwen, 16 seconds back to third place, lane 4, and then 10 seconds back, Arabella Smith. So these swimmers really needing to concentrate through these lengths. As we spoke about earlier, it's about they need to really count their laps so they can determine how far through this event they are, to adjust that pacing should they need to throughout the event. And with such a spread in this event in front of us here, a lot of these swimmers swimming their own race, they're not going to be, I guess, placing too much emphasis on the swimmers either side of them. They're swimming their own race. They need to know their pace. That's what they've practiced and prepared in training. And often a telling point in the 1500 metre freestyle, about half to 2/3 of the way through, you'll often see a swimmer either keep their pace or increase their pace, or start to just fall off a little bit as that fatigue sets in. And there's no hiding from the fatigue in a 1500 metre freestyle. If you haven't done the work, you are going to know about it. So these swimmers would have potentially had a little bit of a slightly easier week leading in. Distance swimmers don't often have a long taper. A taper is when a swimmer will ease off the dry land and in-pool work to rest the body, rest the muscles leading into a big competition. And taper for a distance swimmer, a little bit shorter, not quite as pronounced, I guess, as a sprinter or a middle distance swimmer, where that taper has the swimmer swimming not a huge amount of mileage. Always a fun time for the swimmers, taper time. We look at the times now through. Talitha McEwen coming up with the final 400 metres here. She turns with 15 lengths of the pool to swim. Looking smooth and in control, Talitha McEwen from Evolution Aquatics in Tauranga comes through to the 300 metre mark. 300 metres left to swim. 1,200 metres swum, 300 metres left to swim for Talitha McEwen in lane 5. Arabella Smith turns in second place. And Sarah Cummings in third. Interesting, the breathing technique Talitha is employing here. 4 on the right, 4 on the left. Must work for her. 1, 2, 3, 4 turns over to breathe on the right-hand side now. Coming up with 7 lengths of the pool to swim. An entry time of 17:19.13 for Talitha McEwen. ...150 metres of the pool to swim. 6 lengths. And Arabella Smith unfortunately lost her swim cap and her goggles. Incredibly challenging for the last bit. Gutsy performance here by Arabella Smith in lane 3. A swimmer's worst nightmare, losing the cap halfway through the event. But let's see how tough she is in the final metres. Good on her. Talitha McEwen leads the charge with 3 lengths of the pool to swim. Just starting to see an increase in frequency in that stroke. The kick comes up a little bit now. Talitha McEwen can feel the end is near. The whistle is blown. 50 metres to swim here in the 1,500 metre freestyle second time final. And let's bring her home, ladies and gentlemen. I can assure you the clock is running, but it's frozen a bit on the screen. We look as she touches. 17:07 was her time. They'll be coming up shortly. 17:07, well underneath that 17:19. Great swim there. And that lead has changed to Sarah Cummings in second. And Arabella Smith will come home in third. Great performance there by all of those girls. We move now to event number 3, the 100 metres breaststroke for men. This is the first heat of 3 on the blocks now. Heat 1 of 8 in the men's 100 metres breaststroke. Lane 2, Jack Bugler from Blenheim. In lane 3, Henry Guy from Pirates. In lane 4, Luca Matenga from Breen Bay. Lane 5, Dominic Coleman from Swim Timaru. Lane 6, Thomas Kyle from Swim Timaru. And lane 7, Bailey Conlon from Taupō. On the blocks is Heat 2 of Event 3, the men's 100 metres breaststroke. In lane 1, Cole Scott from Heretatonga Sun Devils. Lane 2, Finn Lyon from Dannevirke. Lane 3, Tom Gold from Neptune. Lane 4, Oliver Duell from Aqua Blades. Lane 5, Mason Jenkins from North Canterbury. Lane 6, Michael Lansdowne from Trojans. Lane 7, Regan Cross from Mirihuku. And lane 8, Corey Brown from Breen Bay. On the blocks is Heat 3 of Event 3, the men's 100 metres breaststroke. In lane 1, Caleb Thomas from St Peters. Lane 2, Jackson Mihaka from Hamilton Aquatics. Lane 3, Brandon Schuster from Samoa. Lane 4, Zahn Collins from Aquablades. Lane 5, Joshua Gilbert from Evolution. Lane 6, Flynn McDonald from Wharanui. Lane 7, Connor Barr from Aquagym. Lane 8, Matthew Gray from Swim Timaru. And Zahn Collins from Aquablades New Plymouth rounded out last year's medal winners in this event and has come in this year with an entry time just outside of the FINA B standard. 2019 New Zealand junior rep Luan Grobbelaar and Josh Gilbert, who placed fourth last year, will be next to him perhaps in the final this evening. So we come through to the finish here in Heat 3 and go to the wall. It is a great time of 59.88 for Zahn Collins. Breaking the minute, what a great swim, and Joshua Gilbert, 1 minute .24. The next event is Heat 4 of the men's 100 metres breaststroke. The 13-year-olds. All the 13-year-olds in this event. In lane 2, Oliver Moat from St Paul's. Mukulash Joyce from Rotorua in lane 3. Luke McCullum from Aquagym in lane 4. Ian Sui from Palmerston North in 5. And Joseph Reher from Porirua in 6. So looking for the fastest 13-year-olds here of the boys' 100-metre breaststroke. Races within the heats here, pairing all the 13-year-olds together. Unless, of course, they're fast enough to go in the earlier heats. And pushing up the front here in lane 3 is Mukulash Joyce from Rotorua. And coming into the wall, looking for a time of 1:15.90. And he does a 1:12.68. A great swim there in lane 3. Now move to Heat 5, the 14-year-olds of Event 3, the men's 100 metres breaststroke. In lane 2, Liam Thompson from Aquablades. Lane 3, James O'Brien from Pirates. Lane 4, Wilson Huata Finlay from Nelson South. Lane 5, Alexander Willis from Icebreaker. And lane 6, Sam Kilda from Capital. James O'Brien here leading the way from Pirates, the 14-year-old, all 14-year-olds. 1 length to turn, 1 length to go. Seed time of 1:12.65. I think he's going to break that this morning. And he comes through in 1:11.02. Congratulations to James O'Brien. We welcome to the blocks the 15-year-olds in Event 3, the 100 metres breaststroke for men. In lane 1, Benjamin Reha from Porirua. In lane 2, Connor Eden from Nelson South. Lane 3, Boston Tordoff from St Paul's. Lane 4, from Hamilton Aquatics, David So. Lane 5, Sean O'Connor Close from Pirates. Lane 6 from Whanganui, Marley Orr. Lane 7, Thomas Bain from Swim Zone Racing. And lane 8 from Evolution, Isaac Williams. Beautiful technique here by David So. He blew away the competition last year. Remember calling his name many times. Nice drive forward from David So. Good strong kick. And he goes into the wall. 106.37 underneath his entry time. He's pretty happy. Bangs the water down. David So in lane 4. Please welcome to the blocks the 16-year-old age group final for the event 3, the men's 100 metres breaststroke. In lane 1, Carlos Hardy, St Paul's. In lane 2, Ruben Lyle from Tasman. Lane 3, Shane Maskell from Capital. Lane 4, Jack Keeper from Enterprise. Lane 5 from Wharanui, Max Gardner. Lane 6, Zach Reeder from Evolution. Lane 7, Kalani Bruce from Liz Van Welly Aquatics. And lane 8, Luke Martin from Porirua. Jack Keeper with a body length over the rest of the field. Beautiful pull out here. 12.5 metres left to swim. Jack Keeper in complete control, looking strong with 10 metres. Eyeing up the wall. Jack Keeper goes in for the 16-year-olds. 105.11. Some great times this morning. Jack Keeper from Enterprise takes out the 16-year-old heat here. Move now to the 17 and 18-year-old heat of event 3, the men's 100 metres breaststroke. In lane 1 from Evolution, Connor Farrell. Lane 2, Maharo Jones from Sun Devils. Lane 3, Alexander Unstead Joss, Swim Zone Racing. Lane 4, Luan Grobela from Kiwi West Aquatics. Lane 5, Tom Drever from Wharanui. Lane 6, Matthew Sexton from Sun Devils. Lane 7, William Krofsky from St Peters. Nathan Proctor in lane 8 from Enterprise. Luan Grobela has had a great few years of swimming, and he leads the way through. Very solid, purposeful breaststroke technique. Comes up quite high and then drives forward. And alongside him is Tom Drever of Wharanui, just gaining in the final metres, but Luan Grobela coming through. 102.12. That concludes event 3. We now move to event 4, the women's 100 metres breaststroke. We're starting with heat number 1, and they're on the blocks now. In Heat 1, we've got Katie Short from Zenith. She's in para class SB12. Lily Fox Mason in lane 4 from Wharanui in SB9 class. And Jane Fox, crowd favourite Jane Fox from Orca in lane 5, SB14. So SB14, an intellectual impairment. That's what that class means. That's Jane Fox in lane 5. And Lily Fox Mason, anything from SB up to 10 is a physical impairment. And Katie Short, a vision impairment at SB12 in lane 3. So doing well, Jane Fox out there in front. But of course, as we've explained in previous championships, these swimmers are racing swimmers in their own class, and the swimmer that will win the championships will be the swimmer that is closest to the world record in their own class in that distance. So a lot of these swimmers, all in different classes here, racing their own races and looking for a time of 1:51.67 for Jane Fox. And that is a New Zealand record, 1:51.67. So let's see what she can do this morning. She goes into touch. 1:46.98 unofficially. Surpasses the New Zealand record. So well done, Jane Fox. Congratulations. Put your hands together, everyone. We move now to Heat 2 of Event 4, the 100-metre breaststroke for women. Heat 2, the women's 100-metre breaststroke. In lane 1 is Nikita Howarth from Hamilton Aquatics. She's in SB7 class. It's a physical disability there. She's looking for a great time. Lane 2, Madeline Coombs of Hamilton Aquatics. Billy Parker from Aquablades in 3. Minette Richards from Blenheim in 4. Katie Hills from Evolution in 5. Charlotte Gibbs from Tawa in 6. Brooke Bennett from Selwyn in 7, and Gabriella Smith from Wharanui is in lane 8. She's in class SB9. So great to see the para swimmers amongst the able-bodied swimmers here at this Aon 2020 New Zealand Short Course Championships. And we head into the final turn of heat number 2 of the women's 100 metres breaststroke. And leading the way at the moment from Tawa is Charlotte Gibbs, the 15-year-old. Welcome to the blocks, heat number 3 of event number 4, the women's 100 metres breaststroke. In lane 1 from Oamuru is Alice Petrie. In lane 2, Georgia Young from Masterton. In lane 3, Hannah Lawson from Mount Maunganui. Lane 4 from Central Hawke's Bay, Caitlin Jenkins. In lane 5, Emma Parsons from St Paul's. Lane 6, Nikki Clulo from Aquagym. Lane 7, Isabella Hogg from Pirates. And Lexi Timpson from Blenheim in lane 8. And a nice battle in the middle of the pool here by Caitlin Jenkins and Emma Parsons. Turn almost together, but it is Emma Parsons that turns first at the 75-metre mark. Strong finish here in lane 4 by Caitlin Jenkins. Seed times of 1:18.3. And they go to the wall, and it is Caitlin Jenkins takes it out 1:16.84. We move now to Heat 4 of Event 4, 100-metre breaststroke for women. In lane 1 from Nelson South, Kate Barton. Lane 2, Nikki Chapman, Capital. Lane 3, Lucy Gordon from Jazzy. 4, Bronna Ryan from Porirua. Kira Smith from North Waven 5. Kaylee Jackson 6 from Jazzy. Lane 7, Sarah Mabin from Jazzy. And lane 8, Maya Adams from Raumati. We have a disqualification. It is event number 3. The 17 and 18-year-old males, and it is lane 3 from Swim Zone Racing. And New Zealand Commonwealth Games representative Bronna Ryan has got an entry time under the FINA B standard of 1:08.50, with last year's winner Kira Smith in this heat coming in just behind her. Aucklander, reigning title holder and New Zealand record holder, is missing from the field, Brianna Crawford, as we come in to finish for this women's 100-metre breaststroke heat, 1:08.40. And just underneath the entry time there for Bronna Ryan. We move now to the 13-year-olds heat of event 4, the 100-metre breaststroke for women. The 13-year-olds 100-metre breaststroke for women. Alina Wong in lane 4 from Kiwi West Aquatics. In lane 5, Monique Wierazowski from Aquablades in lane 5, both with an entry time of just over 1:21. So should be a close race, this one in the middle of the pool. But a great start there by Alina Wong, lane 4. She turns by about a body length in front as they approach the halfway mark. And that gap closing a little bit now, but she turns in 36.83. She's got a 0.8 of a lead, 0.8 of a second lead over Monique there in lane 5. Watching for the time of 1:21.22 for Alina Wong. See if we can get them underneath that mark today. Done a great job of that second 50. Alina Wong comes in to take out the 13-year-old's heat of 1:19.19. A great time there. Move now to the 14-year-olds heat of event 4, the women's 100 metres breaststroke. In lane 1, Naomi Cooper from Tawa. Lane 2, Talita McEwen from Evolution. Lane 3, Hannah King from Ashburton. Lane 4, Jodisha Kirkpatrick from Comet. Lane 5, Lily Hall from Nelson South. Lane 6, Ella Drummond from Capital. Lane 7, Heidi Hughes from Swim Timaru. Lane 8, Eleanor Whitman from North Wave. Nice start in the middle of the pool by Jodisha Kirkpatrick. A time of 1:14.86. She turns in 35.30. I think we're going to see a PB, maybe around the 1:12, 1:13 here, if she can hold her pace. Looking very strong indeed in the middle of the pool. All the 14-year-olds across the field. A big thanks to our sponsors, our partners, Aon, for their ongoing support of Swimming New Zealand in these championships. Skysportnext, the official broadcast partner of Swimming New Zealand. And remember, you can watch all sessions live and free on the Skysportnext YouTube channel. And in she comes, Jodisha Kirkpatrick, touches in 1:15.22. So a second 50 of about 40 seconds there. We move now to the heats of the 15-year-olds of event 4, the 100-metre breaststroke for women. In lane 1 is Rihanna Short. In lane 1 is Maddie Horton from Jazzy. Lane 2, Alina Zabel from Stratford. Lane 3, Cassandra Taylor from North Canterbury. Lane 4, Amy Teekman from Tawa. Lane 5, Jade Morrison from Capital. Lane 6, Sienna McEwen from Aquagym. Lane 7, Estella Wainui Mackle from St Paul's. And Kennedy Malloy from Sun Devils in 8. This is the 15-year-olds here, and in lane 4, just leading from Tawa is Amy Teekman. She could be collected here by Jade Morrison from Capital alongside her. They go to the wall, and it was Jade Morrison just by 0.2 of a second, just under 1:14. 1:15, I should say. We move now to the heat of the 16-year-old girls. Event 4, women's 100 metres breaststroke. In lane 1, Rihanna Short from Orca. Lane 2, Annalise Cowie from Rotorua. Lane 3, Tori Grout from Raumati. In lane 4, Zylika Pratt-Smith from Mount Maunganui. Lane 5, Madison Wills from Kiwi. Lane 6, Riley Britton from St Peters. Lane 7, Rebecca Loach from Tasman. Lane 8, Samantha Dutton from Bream Bay. Special thanks to Teamline for their extensive support of this event, and they're the official merchandise and apparel sponsor of Swimming New Zealand. And they're on site just at the end of the grandstand there. You'll see their banners with all of the latest swimwear and swim accessories. So visit Teamline at the end of the grandstand throughout the championships for everything swimwear and swim accessories. And we come back to the 16-year-old Zylika Pratt-Smith in lane 4 from Mount Maunganui, looking to go under 110 this morning perhaps. She goes to the wall 110.14. Move now to the final heat, the 17 and 18-year-old girls. Event 4, the 100-metre breaststroke for women. In lane 1 is Alessia Wong from Pirates. In lane 2, Bree Anderson from Nelson South. Lane 3, Lucy Borlas from Pirates. Lane 4, Madeline Whittam from North Wave. Lane 5, Hannah Morgan from St Paul's. Lane 6, Sarah Wilson from St Peters. Lane 7, Emma Maltzed from St Peters. And lane 8, Meg Christophers from Neptune. Tight race in lane 6 and lane 4. They come to the wall. And a good win there by Sarah Wilson. Second, Madeline Whittam, and third, Bree Anderson. We move now to event 5, the 100-metre backstroke for men. This is heat 1 of 8 heats. So if you're taking any photos at these championships, make sure you hashtag NZ Short Course 2020. When you're uploading your photos online, we'd love to repost and share your images. And be sure to follow Swimming New Zealand's social media accounts for stories and photos from this week. Facebook at Swimming New Zealand, Instagram at swimming_NZ. And a big thanks to Aon, Sky Sport Next. Fantastic to have it on Sky Sport and on free on Sky Sport Next YouTube channel. Remember, for any of your swimwear or swim accessory needs throughout these championships, head along to Teamline at the end of the grandstand. You'll see their big banners there. So just getting prepared.
Staff alarm, hydrotherapy. Staff alarm, hydrotherapy.
We have a disqualification. Event 4, Heat 14, female, lane 5. That is Event 4, Heat 14, female, lane 5. Event 5, men's 100 metre backstroke, Heat 1 of 8, lane 2, Lance Dusto from Sun Devils. He's swimming with a class S14. Lane 3, Daniel Williams from Swim Zone. Lane 4, Elliot Brown from Capital. Lane 5, Jacob Marriott from Queenstown. Lane 6, Jack Bugler from Blenheim. And lane 7, Benjamin Gould, swimming with a disability of S10 from Greendale. And in your program, you might see a 12 plus alongside Benjamin Gould's time there. And that's the exceptions to the technique or the stroke he can employ as a swimmer with a disability. And away he goes in lane 7. That is Benjamin Gould in the red cap. And in the middle of the field, the middle of the pool, this is Elliot Brown of Capital storming home in heat number 1. And to take that out, a bit of a soft finish there, 102.85, but hugely underneath his seed time of 105.53. We move now to Heat 2 of Event 5, the men's 100 metres backstroke. Heat 2 of 8 in the men's 100 metre backstroke. In lane 1, Nick Hall from Nelson South. Lane 2, Cooper Gorge from Capital. Lane 3, Isaac Williams from Evolution. Lane 4, Jackson Mihaka from Hamilton Aquatics. In lane 5, Tom Gold from Neptune. 6, Jaden Wilson from Napier Aquahawks. 7, Dylan Ramona Pahitoga from Porirua. And lane 8, Daniel Bridgman from Jazzy. And key senior players from the Auckland and Counties region missing from this event: Bradley Ashby, Andrew Jeffcoat, Zach Dell. But this has left the door open for some of the junior age group swimmers from around the country to take the win in this event. Angus Kelleher, North Canterbury, Taiko Torepi Ormsby, Tarquin Magna, as well as the Auckland swimmer Cameron Gray, have had an ongoing rivalry throughout the age groups in the backstroke events, and looking forward to seeing that again as we conclude heat number 2. And this is Jackson Mihaka from Hamilton, finishing in 1 minute, 0.37 underneath his entry time. We move now to Heat 3 of 8, the men's 100 metres backstroke. Lane 1, Connor Barr of Aquagym. Lane 2, David Bowles from Rotorua. Lane 3, William Campbell from Wharanui. Lane 4, Ezekiel Pine from Neptune. Lane 5, Moab Heinekamp from Tasman. Lane 6, Joshua Ames from Tasman. Lane 7, Robin Shen from Raumati. And lane 8, Joseph Stewart from Pirates. Zeke Pine in lane 4 looking strong. A body length lead over William Campbell in 3. Entry time of 55.01. They do 55.47. It's going to be a good final tonight. We move now to the 4th heat, the heat of the 13-year-old boys, event 5, men's 100 metres backstroke. So about to begin the 5 age group events, 13, 14, 15, 16, then 17 and 18-year-old boys, 100 metre backstroke, and ready to go with the 13-year-olds. In lane 3 from Liz Van Welly Aquatics, Asa Banbury. In lane 4 from Whanganui, Regan Hanna. In lane 5, Cameron Wilkinson from Porirua. So for the viewers at home and the spectators here at Waterworld, the age group heats are the fastest swimmers in that age group in the event. So these are the fastest 13-year-olds. We move then to the fastest 14 through to 17 and 18. And they touch the wall, and the winner is Cameron Wilkinson, 106.54, 56. And well underneath his seed time there, great swim. We move now to the 14-year-olds, event 5, the men's 100 metres backstroke. In lane 1 from Capital, Oliver Rumney. Lane 2 from Aquagym, Nico Solidi. In lane 3, Elijah Tiokatai from Jazzy. Lane 4 from Huntley, Matthew Brunning. Lane 5 from Murihiku is Joseph Koriandi. In lane 6 from Tasman, William Seymour. Lane 7 from St Paul's, Kaz Lora. And lane 8 from Rotorua, Samuel Truss. A nice swim here in lane 6 by William Seymour from Tasman, looking to go underneath his entry time of 1:04.64. And he goes 1 minute .44. What an amazing time there, lane 6. And all of these swimmers going well underneath their seed time and looking very happy indeed. Move now to the heat with the 15-year-old boys. The event 5, 100-metre backstroke for men. Underway with Heat 6, the fastest of the 15-year-old boys, Event 5 men's 100-metre backstroke. Ethan Cohn in 1 from Aquagym, Hunter Reid in 2 from St Peter's, Finn Harland from Pirates in 3, Oliver Lutton in 4 from Aquagym, Lane 5 Connor McCulloch from Jazzy, Lane 6 Jake Stevens from Sun Devils, Angus Blair in Lane 7 from Comet, and Liam Shanahan from Evolution in 8. And as you would have seen, a little bit of hokery-pokery on the backstroke start ledge, making sure that these swimmers have it at the right level. They've practiced at that level. And so for the viewers at home, swimmers no longer have to put their feet just on the wall. They've got a ledge to place their toes on when starting in the backstroke events. And we come down to the final metres in lane 3. This is Finn Harland who will take it out for Pirates in 58.47, a great time for him. And Oliver Hutton in 2nd, Connor McCulloch in 3rd. Move now to heat number 7, the fastest of the 16-year-old boys in Event 5, the men's 100-metre backstroke. In lane 1, Harvey Williams from St Peter's. Lane 2, Louis Bell from North Canterbury. Lane 3, Wills Graham from Aquagym. Lane 4, Tarquin Magna from Evolution. Lane 5, Alexandro Esposito from Capital. Lane 6, Marshall Soanes from Sun Devils. Lane 7, Boston Haddon from St Peter's. And Luca Matenga from Bream Bay in lane 8. And a fast start there by Tarquin Magna, who's had a wonderful 2019 year in the pool. And fast turnover there in his backstroke. Nice high head position. Underwater work taking him out about 6 or 7 metres. Final 12 metres for Tarquin Magna. 2 body lengths lead over his rival Alexandra Esposito. And goes in 55.60, just under his entry time. Move now to the final event heat of the event 500 metre backstroke for men. This is the 17 and 18-year-olds. Lane 1, Ben Littlejohn from St Paul's. 2, Daniel Shanahan, Evolution. 3, Tyler Tapper, St Peters. Lane 4, Angus Kelleher, North Canterbury. Lane 5, Taiko Torepi Ormsby, Wharanui. Lane 6, Thomas McGibbon, Wharanui. Lane 7, Matthew Sexton, Sun Devils. And Thomas Kokoro Frost from Raumati in lane 8. Now, these guys going for the 17 and 18-year-old title in lane 3 is Tyler Tapper. Alongside him, Angus Kelleher and Taiko Torepi Ormsby. The names you'll recognise and the names that have done so well over the last 2 or 3 years. Nothing in it at the moment. Tyler Tapper may just have it by a fingernail, but a strong finish in lane 5 by Taiko. They go to the wall. It is Tyler Tapper, 55.10. Well done to all the guys in the Event 5 Men's 100 Backstroke. We move now to Event 6, the Women's 100 metres Backstroke. There are 10 heats. And just readying themselves near the blocks is heat number 1. Well, a championship such as this wouldn't go on without the wonderful team at Swimming New Zealand and all the officials for giving up their time to be here and officiate this championships as we now ready ourselves for Heat 1 of 10 of Event 6, the Women's 100 metres Backstroke. In lane 3, Melissa Donoghue from Hamilton Aquatics. Melissa swimming with a disability class of S10, a physical disability. In lane 4, Katie Short of Zenith, swimming with S12, a sight disability. And lane 5, Siobhan Terry with a disability of S10 from Taupo. So the disability classes S7 through 10, a physical disability, S12, a disability or with sight, and S14, a mental impairment. 4 lengths of the pool for the 100-metre backstroke, first heat of 10. And we go through and we start our age group events at heat number 6. So 5 heats before we hit the 13 through 17 and 18 age groups of the women's 100 backstroke. And they're coming into the finish now. This is lane number 5, Siobhan Terry from Taupō. Finishes in 1:34.56, which is well underneath her entry time. Move now to heat number 2 of event 6, the women's 100 metres backstroke. In lane 1, Lily Fox Mason of Wharanui with a disability class of S10. Gabriella Smith alongside her from Wharanui, her teammate with also a disability class of S10. Isabella Sharp in lane 3 from Swim Timaru. Lane 4, Kate Barton from Nelson South. Lane 5, Naomi Savary from North Canterbury. Lane 6, Ariella Repahau from Bream Bay, and lane 7, Jane Fox from Orca with a disability class of S14. And backstroke, also important to have the head nice and still. Often the eyes are facing just back or straight up at the ceiling. And obviously not a lot of chance to see where your competitors are. It's just your own race. Following your plan, and lane 3 wins Isabella Sharp in 1:07.43, which is about a second underneath her entry time. And in comes lane 2, that's Gabriella Smith, Jane Fox in lane 7, and Lily Fox Mason to finish out heat number 2. We move now to heat 3 of event 6, the women's 100 metres backstroke. In lane 1, Sarah Mabin from Jazzy. Lane 2, Natalie Hutchins from Neptune. Lane 3, Maya Booth from Tawa. Lane 4, Rebecca Reid from Bream Bay. Lane 5, Brooke Miles from Capital. Lane 6, Eternal Thompson from Kiwi West. Lane 7, Paris Cutler from Kiwi West. And Josiane Hill from Jazzy in lane 8. Nice heat swim out here in lane 7 by Paris Cutler of Kiwi West. Coming into the finish of her 100 backstroke. And wins in 105.27. Move now to heat number 4 of event 6, the women's 100 metres backstroke. In lane 1, Laura Jones from Pirates. Lane 2, Sophie Buchanan from Pirates. Lane 3, Maisie Perium from Jazzy. 4, Hannah Kaur from Masterton. Lane 5, Harriet Park from Sun Devils. 6, Kira Lee Alott from Evolution. 7, Janelle Tinker from Mirihiku. Lane 8, Caitlin Flynn from St Peters. Top place getters in this event from 2019 were Paige Flynn from St Peters, Cambridge, and Emma Godwin from Sun Devils. They'll be appearing in the next heat, and they're back this year. Both with times just outside the A qualifying time, but both within FINA B standards, which will allow one of them to qualify for selection. The New Zealand record in this event, 58.02, the Open New Zealand record. And leading the way in heat number 4 is lane 6. This is Kira Lee Alott from Evolution. And she eases home in 104.31, well underneath her 107 entry time. And we move now to heat number 5 of event 6, the women's 100 metres backstroke. In lane 1, Alicia Wong from Pirates. Lane 2, Lily Cooney from Mount Maunganui. Sarah O'Connor in 3 from Pirates. Emma Godwin in 4 from Sun Devils. 5, Paige Flynn from Hamilton Aquatics. 6, Danielle Joblin from St Peters. 7, Isabella Thurlow from Tasman. And 8, Grace Jones from Sun Devils. And Emma Godwin, a world short course representative for New Zealand a couple of years ago. She leads the way through this heat number 5, and battling it out in the middle of the pool as we'd expect. Emma Godwin, Paige Flynn. This is a heat swim, of course, for these women, and maybe some tactics going on there, whether they're giving it 100% or 95%, we won't know. But here they come through to the finish. Emma Godwin just coming through with quarter of a body length, 5 metres to swim. Godwin will take it out. 59.97, and just over the minute there for Paige Flynn. Good solid heat swims this morning as we move now to the first of our age group events. This is heat number 6, the 13-year-old girls 100 metre backstroke. the three fastest 13-year-olds here at the championships. Evie Skidmore from Napier Aquahawks in 3, Pippa Mihaka from Hamilton Aquatics in 4, and in lane 5, Alina Wong from Kiwi West. All go through the first turn pretty even here. Nice smooth technique of Pippa Mihaka in lane 4. And these turns and breakouts in the backstroke events also important in a short course 25-metre pool. And you'll often see a bit of a change of lead. If they are close leading into the turn, you'll often see who's got the best turns. Mihaka still leading this 13-year-old 100-metre backstroke final. But a big bit of a challenge coming here from Evie Skidmore from Napier Aquahawks. They go into the wall looking for a faster than 108.58, a 105.96 and 106.67. Some very fast times this morning in the heats. Move now to heat number 7, the 14-year-old girls, 100 metres backstroke. Away we go in lane 1, Ava Sands from Liz Van Welie Aquatics, Danelle Botha from Swim Zone in 2, Georgina Bell in 3 from Pirates, Talita McEwen from Evolution in 4, Hannah Abdo in 5 from Jazzy, Samantha Wilson from Tasman in 6, Ashley Lawler from Whakatane in 7, Anika Yeldon from Tawa in 8. And starting to see some pretty quick times in these heats, but I guess we've got to think there's been 12 months of training going. These swimmers have grown another year older, got a little bit stronger, maybe a little bit mentally tougher, and they're coming in and smashing some of these PBs, which is great to see. Go through the 75-metre mark. That is lane 5. Hannah Abdo from Jazzy. And she too, I'm sure, is going to smash her time of 106.89, 104.88. Some great support on the sidelines here for these swimmers. Second place goes to Talitha McEwen and third to Georgina Bell. Next up, the 15-year-old girls, event 6, the 100-metre backstroke for women. Chloe Newbigging from Selwyn in 1, Savannah Burke in 2 from St Peters, 3 Samantha Harmon from Tasman, 4 Lucy Bartlett, Mount Maunganui, lane 5 Caitlin Farrell from Evolution, lane 6 Molly Player from Capital, lane 7 Nina Gobel from Aquablades, and Jasmine Hagen from Rotorua in lane 8. And a nice first 50 and fast start for lane 4, Lucy Bartlett. A seed time of 103.49. Powering home and held the lead all the way through lane 4, Lucy Bartlett. She goes to the wall and wins in 103.30. Molly Player about a second back in second. Savannah Burke in lane 2 takes out the top 3 of the 15-year-old girls. Move now to the 16-year-old girls. of event 6, the 100 metres backstroke. In lane 1, Millie Lowe from Orca. Lane 2, Emma North from Aquablades. Lane 3, Amy Pratt from Orca. Lane 4, Zyleka Pratt-Smith from Mount Maunganui. Lane 5, Erica Fairweather from Neptune. Lane 6, Jade Houston from St Peters. Lane 7, Holly Rahurahu from North Canterbury. And Jade Vesti from Jazzy in lane 8. All the action in the middle of the pool, beautiful technique there. And you see the contrast of lane 4 and 5, the faster turnover, faster stroke rate of lane 4's Zyleka Pratt-Smith versus Erica Fairweather. But as we know from Erica Fairweather, such a beautiful technician of all the strokes she does, and they come into the finish. Zyleka Pratt-Smith will take it out in 1:01.68, a great time there. Erica Fairweather in second, Jade Houston on the outside in third. In lane 1, Olive Pearce. In lane 2, Stevie Shipman. Lane 3, Sasha Reid. Lane 4, Molly Shivnan. Lane 5, Sophie Irving. Lane 6, Jermaine Masansky. Lane 7, Sky Cox. And lane 8, Bridie Finch. This is the 17 and 18-year-old girls, 100-metre backstroke. Molly Shivnan going in to this event on paper fastest, 1:02.13. And she just holds a slender lead at the final turn. Comes out with a beautiful, beautiful streamline and kick out. But it's going to be close. A big challenge here from Sophie Irving from Capital. They go to the wall. Molly Shivnan will take it, 1:01.54, 0.3 in it, back to Sophie Irving. And Sasha Reid takes out the top three. That concludes event 6, the women's 100-metre backstroke. We move now to event 7, the men's 200 metres butterfly. This is heat 1 of 9 heats on the blocks. In lane 3 from St Paul's, Samuel Peoples. In lane 4 from North Canterbury, Nick Close. In lane 5 from Aquagym, Wills Graham. The New Zealand record for this event is held by Moss Burmester in 1:51.05. So 8 lengths of the pool. Butterfly, one of the most demanding strokes of all of the 4. Some would argue their own stroke's the toughest, but Butterfly, no one would argue, is a tough event, a tough stroke to swim, and one that has to be swum technically beautifully the whole way through, otherwise you really get a bit of an uphill battle. 200 Butterfly. Lockie O'Connor, a recent Capital transfer, will face off New Zealand World Junior rep Luan Grobler and fellow Wellingtonian swimmer Bronson Lloyd and Joel Crampton in this event this year. Last year's title winner Wilrick Kutsia is missing. However, 2019 finalists Jeremy Tasker and William Campbell are back in the pool for this men's 200 metre butterfly today. And so much of this stroke made up by the body position and the power of the kick to drive those arms over the water and in at the front. And he goes to the wall. That is Nick Close in 2:12.85. Well underneath his entry time, as is Samuel Peoples. So good swims here to open up the first heat of the event. We move now to heat number 2 of event 7, the men's 200 metres butterfly. In lane 1, Kalani Bruce from Liz Van Willy Aquatics, Jordan Kelleher in 2 from Neptune, Alexandra Sicione from Raumati in 3, Daniel Gilbert from Neptune in 4, 5 Finlay Knox from North Canterbury, 6 Dominic Coleman from Swim Timaru, and lane 7 Oliver Mandino from Blenheim. Great start out there in lane 2 by Jordan Kelleher of Neptune. They breed them tough down there in the south. So many great swimmers come out of Neptune, Otago over the years. And distance swimmers and middle distance swimmers. And lane 1 also, Kalani Bruce from Liz Van Willy Aquatics, holding his own out there in lane 1. 50 metres left to swim, turns in. Just trying to see that time, but he's got, just over 25 metres left to swim in this 200 metres butterfly. He's blown this field away in heat number 2. Seed time of 2:21.07. He's obviously been doing some serious work in the last 12 months. And it will be Jordan Kelleher who takes out heat number 2 in 2:12.53. Whether that means he's excited or not, I'm not sure, but it's a good time. 2:12.53. Second place to Kalani Bruce in 1. And third, Alexandra Sicione in 3. Move now to heat number 3 of 9 of event 7, the 200 metres butterfly for men. Cal Iggulden from Mount Maunganui in 1, Alex Swan in 2 from Tasman. 3, Isaac Frenwin from Queenstown. Lane 4, David Bowles from Rotorua. Lane 5, Thomas Griffin from St Peters. Lane 6, Jackson Marshall from Tasman. Lane 7, Nathan Proctor from Enterprise. And Lane 8, Mason Jenkins from North Canterbury. Fantastic start in lane 5 by Thomas Griffin of St Peters. Powers out the first 125 metres. Great technique too, sitting nice high recovery. Good undulation too. He hits the 150 metre mark in 1:33.61. He rounded the first 100 in 1 minute .43. Should see around about 2:05, 2:06, 2:07 here, which is well underneath his 2:14 seed time. He turns for home. Thomas Griffin from St Peters has got it all his own way here in heat number 3. Comes in looking strong. 2 minutes 8.40. Great swim there to lead and win heat 3. Second was Alex Swan in 2, and third David Bowles in lane 4. Move now to heat number 4 of 9 of the men's 200 metres butterfly. Well, a stacked field this one, ladies and gentlemen. Lane 1, Archie Perriam from Jazzy. Lane 2, William Campbell from Whanganui. Lane 3, Jeremy Tasker from North Canterbury. Lane 4, Lachlan O'Connor from Capital. Atakura Julian in 5 from Capital. Lewis Clareburt from Capital in 6. Quinton Hurley, lane 7 from Jazzy. And Shay Dixon in lane 8 from St Peters. Now, all of those names in the middle of the field have been champions over the last 18 months. Jeremy Tasker, such a great year last year in lane 3. Lachlan O'Connor also excelled in this event, as has Atakula Julian and Lewis Clareburt, of course, the Commonwealth Games bronze medalist in the 400 metre individual medley in lane 6 there. So quite flat across the field. Jeremy Tasker just struggling early on at the moment, which is unusual for him. Maybe saving a bit of gas for this evening, perhaps. So they go through in 57 odd seconds. We're coming up to the 150 metre mark now. "50 metres left to swim here in this heat number 4. Now, a tough event, perhaps not putting everything on the line this morning, saving a little bit for this evening's final, but they still have to make the final. Lane 4 goes through first, Lachlan O'Connor. Atakura Julian just starting to tire a little bit as Lewis Clareburt, his teammate, comes through in the final stages, and Lewis Clareburt wins it in 1:58.88. Lachlan O'Connor just 0.2 of a second back, and Atakura Julian is third, just over 2 minutes. A good solid heat swim by these gentlemen. And we move to heat number 5, and this is the 13-year-old boys, the fastest of those swimmers, up on the blocks next. Two swimmers in this event, the 13-year-old boys, Kemp Williams in lane 4 from Hamilton Aquatics and James Bain from Swim Zone Racing in lane 5. So right in the middle of the pool, a chance to sort of gauge where each other's at through the turns. And a nice start there by James Bain of Swim Zone Racing, a time of 2:26.30 to get into this event. And often the butterfly stroke, a stroke that most children won't master the full technique till about 12 or 13 on average. It's all grit and energy up until that point, but once they get a bit of that undulation going, they're raising the hips between the strokes, it all becomes a little bit easier and all clicks into place. Most non-swimmers will look at butterfly in bemusement as to how it happens, but it's a beautiful stroke to watch when done well. We go through the 100-metre mark, 106.06. And right neck and neck at the moment with 75 metres left to swim. Great race unfolding here, and it looks like James Bain just holding that lead slightly. They'll know where each other are at. Who's going to win this title here with the 13-year-olds? A quick sneak peek from Kemp Williams, but does he have the energy to pull it home? I don't know if he does. James Bain just starting to tire now with 10 metres to swim. This could be anyone's. And James Bain just getting there and just shows how difficult this event is. 2:19.82. Well done, boys. We move now to heat number 6, the 14-year-old boys, 200 metres butterfly. In lane 2, Samuel Trass of Rotorua. Lane 3, David Zhou from Porirua. Lane 4, Joel Viren from Blenheim. Lane 5, Mitchell Herberley from from Swim Zone. Lane 6, Bryn Drummond from Jazzy. And lane 7, Matthew Spate from Midihiku. Great job here. Lane 3, David Zhu from Porirua, looking strong. He's got 50 metres to swim. Went through in 1:05.06. Let's see what he can come back with. Generally a bit of a 5-second drop off. But he's looking very strong. Good stroke rate. Nicely approaching the turns. Got a good rhythm going on, David Zhu. Comes in to finish a entry time of 2:25.49. Blows that away by 10 seconds, David Zhu. And coach will be happy, as will he and his parents. Well done to David Zhu, winning the 14-year-old boys title. We move now to the 15-year-old boys. Event 7, 200 metres butterfly. Away we go with the 15-year-old boys. Angus Blair in lane 2 from Comet. Boston Tordoff in 3 from St Peters. Benjamin Silipo, lane 4 from Wanaka. Lane 5, Hugo Rathel from Jazzy. And lane 6, Henry Guy from Pirates. And going through first at the turn, Hugo Rathel from Jazzy. Goes through in 28.80. Nice fast first 50, but can he hold on? That'll be the question. And the key to butterfly in this early stage is just a relaxed, easy technique. You want to let the technique do the work, that early, easy speed they call it. Before starting, it all starts to become a little bit harder as the fatigue sets in at about the third 50. And the third 50 of a 200-metre event, always the key. Always the one the swimmers need to concentrate on, not letting things go. Always easy to focus on that last 50 where you're about to finish. But it is the third 50 that most swimmers need to put in most of the energy. As we move into that final 50 now, Hugo Rathel leads the charge. Lane 4, Benjamin Silipo is second. Boston Tordoff in third in lane 3. And let's see how these swimmers handle the fatigue in the last 25 metres. Still looking really strong. Just starting to slip a little bit of water in the final 10 to 12 metres. You can see now, really starting to guts it. And he goes 2:11.16. Still these times are fast, fast, fast. 5 seconds under his entry time. We move now to the 16-year-old boys, 200 metres butterfly. In lane 1, Michael Lansdowne, Trojans. Lane 2, Jackson Herrick, Orca. Lane 3, Braden Muley from Aquablades. Lane 4, Thomas Wilkinson, Evolution. Lane 5, Sam Brown, Capital. Lane 6, Liam Elliott, St Peters. Lane 7, Oliver Heaton, Jazzy. And lane 8, Kieran Watson, St Paul's. Now, 2 weeks ago, Sam Brown in lane 5 broke the New Zealand age group record for the 400-metre individual medley, so he's in great form. And all of these swimmers having varying degrees of race experience in the last few months. They go through the 75-metre mark. Thomas Wilkinson right on his shoulder. Sam Brown is leading the way. Braden Muley in 3, a body length back. They go through the 100-metre mark. 58.00 and just 1/100th of a second in it. Nothing in the middle of the field with his 16-year-olds. Both of these swimmers in 4 and 5 were on the state teams last year, slowly working their way up as they grow, develop with their swimming. And it looks like Thomas Wilkinson has taken the lead. A seed time of 2:05.16, 3 seconds faster than Sam Brown. So maybe just starting to show a little bit of that talent. Thomas Wilkinson coming up, 25 metres left to swim. Let's see how both these swimmers handle the final 25. Seems like Thomas Wilkinson has just started to wind things up. A body length lead over Sam Brown at the moment. They come into the finish. 2 minutes 95. What a swim there by Thomas Wilkinson. 2 minutes. He'll be wrapped with that, I'm sure. Same will Sam Brown at 2:02. They both seem pretty happy about that. Just over the New Zealand record there for Thomas Wilkinson in a superbly swum event. We move now to the final heat of event number 7, the 200 butterfly, the 17 and 18-year-old boys. In lane 1, Curtis Malsop from Capital. Lane 2, Matthew Wagstaff, Evolution. Lane 3, Joel Crampton, Capital. Lane 4, Luan Grobela from Kiwi West. Lane 5, Bronson Lloyd from Tawa. Lane 6, Angus Kelleher from North Canterbury. Lane 7, Connor Farrell from Evolution. And Jedi Morland James from Pirates in 8. So the breaststroke butterfly specialist, Luan Grobela, in lane 4. He likes the middle distances and he takes out third place through the third turn. Nice start here by Bronson Lloyd of Tawa. Training in a 33-metre swimming pool there in Tawa, Wellington. And now opening up a half body length lead over lane 3 and 4. That is Joel Crampton in 3. These swimmers hugging around the 2 minute mark. Luan Grobela on the 2 minutes. Got a little bit of work to do here. The New Zealand record here held by Danyan Loader back in 1993 of 1:54.21. And we come to the final 12.5 metres. What a swim here by Bronson Lloyd. Bronson Lloyd and Joel Crampton. Joel Crampton's going to take it. Bronson Lloyd in second. Breaks the 2 minute mark. He's absolutely wrapped. Joel Crampton sneaks under the 2 minutes, 1:59.95. Bronson Lloyd just over the 2 minutes, 2 minutes 8.5. And a faulty touch by the looks of it. Luan Grobela coming in third. So that concludes event number 7, the men's 200 metres butterfly. We now move to the final event of this morning's program, event number 8, the 200 metres butterfly for women. And we start with the first of 6 heats this morning on the blocks. In lane 4 from Wharanui, Hannah Bates. And in lane 5, Esme Patterson from Neptune. Turning at 107.06 there, lane 5, Esme Patterson. Seed time of 2:30, so if she can hold at 1:12, 1:13, we'll be looking at a huge PB here. Looking solid at the moment, both of these swimmers. Slightly higher head position there in lane 4 of Hannah Bates from Wharanui. 50 metres left to swim here in the first heat of this women's 200 metres butterfly. That timing into the wall a little bit off there for Esme Patterson. Let's see what the final length, a little bit of fatigue coming in now, and a good challenge from Hannah Bates. Hannah Bates will take the lead in the final 10 metres. Some big PBs hopefully on the cards here for these swimmers. 2:21.30 and 2:22.76. Great swims, girls. Move now to heat number 2. This is the 13-year-olds title. And in lane 4, Brooke Swan, and 5, Florence Venner. Brooke in lane 4, swimming out of Tasman, and Florence from Bream Bay. A quick start there, lane 4 by Brooke Swan. Great dive and breakout. Already opening up 1.5 body lengths. Seed times about 8 seconds between these two swimmers. Going for the 13-year-old title. A shame we're missing some Auckland swimmers today and tomorrow. Would have filled these lanes up a little bit more. But fantastic with level 1 in Auckland happening from midnight on Wednesday or into Thursday. We'll have some Auckland swimmers heading down for the remaining 3 days of the championship. This is the Aon 2020 New Zealand Short Course Champs here live from Waterworld in Hamilton. You can watch live at the skysportnext YouTube channel and also on Sky Sport. Still looking strong here, Brooke Swan in lane 4 from Tasman. But she does have 50 metres left to swim. Just starting to shorten up that stroke a little bit. She'll be trying to concentrate on lengthening that stroke, keeping that kick nice and strong, raising those hips as she goes. The hips have got to come up. Once the hips go down, becomes a completely different stroke altogether. Some good endurance here from Brooke Swan. And nice consistent technique from Florence Venetu in lane 5. Looking for a time of 2:27 or faster, the entry time. And Brooke Swan touches in 2:28.68. And maybe just on the same seed time, 2:38.67 for Florence Venner. We move now to heat number 3, the 14-year-olds title event for the women's 200 metres butterfly. In lane 1, Heidi Hughes from Swim Timaru. In lane 2, Florence Nelson from Jazzy. In lane 3, Jodisha Kirkpatrick from Comet. Lane 4, Jemima Barr from Tasman. Lane 5, Hannah Campbell from Tawa. Lane 6, Zoe Wilkinson from Evolution. And lane 7, Ashley Lawler from Whakatane. And on paper, a very, very close race, this one, all around 2:27 in the middle of the pool. And a good start from our Tawa swimmer, Hannah Campbell, in lane 5, that is Hannah Campbell. Still holding the lead here is Hannah Campbell, lane 5 for Tawa. Looking nice and strong. Lane 4, Jemima Barr from Tasman sits in second, and in lane 2, that is Florence Nelson from Jazzy in third. Coming into finish now, strong finish for Hannah Campbell. 2:22, 5 seconds under her entry time. Peering over to the scoreboard to check out the time, a little bit of a smile crack on the face. We move now, 3 heats to go in this morning's program. This is the 15-year-old girls title event for the 200 metres butterfly. In lane 1, Becky Sharrock from Aquablades. Lane 2, Georgia Jarahose from Capital. Lane 3, Amelia Finer from Breen Bay. 4, Lucy Bartlett from Mount Maunganui. 5, Imogen Amor Bindal from Enterprise. 6, Esty Jacobs from Capital. 7, Elena Neal from Pirates, and Cameron Williams from Hamilton Aquatics in 8. Esty Jacobs takes out the first 50 in this 15-year-old girls 200 metres butterfly in 30.36, a quick start. And that'll give her some confidence leading into the second 50. She'll want to be settling into her rhythm, settling into her stroke. Pretty flat across the field. Lane 1 doing well up there, Becky Sharrock. Lucy Bartlett and Imogen Amoa Bendal in the middle of the pool, neck and neck. And really this event is a conservation of energy throughout, making sure that stroke is technically perfect as you possibly can be. Any discrepancy in the butterfly stroke will wear these swimmers down, and then they'll be in the brute strength mode for the final 50. Esty Jacobs just starting to look like she's tiring a little bit, and maybe have gone out too fast. 104.78. And hoping we can dig deep here with Esty Jacobs. 75 metres to swim, and Lucy Bartlett starting to gain, as is Amelia Finer and Imogen Amoa Bendal. But let's not discount Esty Jacobs yet. She's gutsing it. Needs to put the kick in, needs to keep the hips high. She touches the wall, 2:21.74. And that hard work at the beginning paid off with a huge PB for Esty Jacobs. Congratulations. Second place going to Lucy Bartlett, and third to Amelia Finer. We move now to the 16-year-old girls 200 metres butterfly title event. In lane 1, Ella Doherty from Orca, Maisie Perriam from Jazzy in 2, Gabriella Jacobs from Capital in 3, Jenna Ralston-Larking from Capital in 4, Laura Littlejohn from St Paul's in 5, Caitlin Close from North Canterbury in 6, Maya Adams from Raumati in 7, and Sarah Gutzel from Hamilton Aquatics in 8. So Jenna Ralston-Larking and Laura Littlejohn in the state teams last year. Laura Littlejohn broken a number of New Zealand age group records in the last couple of months in the freestyle events, so showing she's in good form. Now this event, a little bit of a tough one because they probably want to win their 16-year-old title, but also consider the final that they may get in for the open final this evening. A long stretch out halfway through this event. Laura Littlejohn takes them through 105.04. 0.3 of a margin back to Jenna Ralston-Larking. And in third place, Gabriella Jacobs from Capital in lane 3. The New Zealand age group record for this event set at 2:12.58 by Samantha Lee back in 2008. And a very, very fast time, that one, back considering all the different age groups. 2:08, the New Zealand record for the 16-year-olds. 25 metres left to swim. Leading the way, Laura Littlejohn. Great swim here. Let's watch the clock. Great swim. 2:15.16. 2:18.84 for Jenna Ralston-Larking. And Gabrielle Jacobs comes through in 2:23.75. So Laura Littlejohn very happy with that performance. A hug from teammate Jenna. And we move to the final event, to the final heat of this morning's program. The 17 and 18-year-old girls 200 metres butterfly. In lane 1, Jordan Rogers from Matamata. In lane 2, Arwen Kleinsmith from Swim Timaru. In lane 3, Holly Fisher from Comet. Lane 4, Jessica Scott from Neptune. Lane 5, Sarah Miller from St Paul's. Lane 6, Sarah Burkett from Napier Aquahawks. Lane 7, Caitlin Jenkins from Central Hawke's Bay. And lane 8, Alice Petrie from Oamaru. Coming up to the 100-metre mark now in the final event of this morning's program, the 17, 18-year-old girls 200 metres butterfly. And leading the way, lane 4. This is Jessica Scott from Neptune. 75 metres to swim. In lane 5, Sarah Miller, looking for times of around about 2:16 for Jessica Scott, wanting to secure a place in the open final as well as take out their age group title. Swimming for home, this is Jessica Scott. Consistent stroke, looks very strong in the final metres. She comes into touch, 2:17.83, just outside of her entry time. And 2:22.97, second for Sarah Miller. Holly Fisher comes in third. Well, that concludes the events on this morning's program. Thank you to the technical officials of this morning's session. We now invite the officials to make their way from pool deck. Please put your hands together and show your appreciation for our volunteers. We'll be moving to the medal ceremonies for the age group events this morning shortly. If you are an age group medalist, please make your way Starting the medal ceremonies for this morning's age group events. Presenting the medals this morning from team line, Lauren Harrod. And we have starting with event number 3, the 100 metre breaststroke for men, the 13-year-olds, the bronze medalist in a time of 1:13.22, Luke McCullum. And the silver medalist was 1:12.68, Mukalash Joyce, and the winner 1:12.66, Joseph Raiha. We move now to the 14-year-old boys. In the bronze medal position in 1:12.41, Alexander Willis. The silver medalist in 1:11.72, Liam Thompson. And winning the gold medal in 1:11.02, James O'Brien. Move now to the 15-year-old boys. The bronze medal position in 1:08.90, Sean O'Connor-Close. The silver medalist in 1:08.79, Boston Tordoff. Winning the visitor gold in 1:06.37, David So. And the gold medalist in 1:08.65, Thomas Bain. Move now to the 16-year-old boys in third place. This is the 100 metres breaststroke medal ceremony. Max Gardner is third, 1:07.35. In the silver medal position, Carlos Hardy, 1:07.26. And winning the gold medal in 1:05.11, Jack Keeper. Moving now to the 17 and 18-year-old boys, 100 metre breaststroke medal ceremony. In the bronze medal position in 1:05.34, Connor Farrell. Silver medalist in 1:03.79, Tom Drever. And winning in 1:02.12, Luan Grobela. We move now to event number 4, the women's 100 metre breaststroke. Starting with the 13-year-olds in the silver medal position in 1:21.16, Monique Wierowski. And winning the gold medal in 1:19.19, Alina Wong. Moving to the 100 metre breaststroke for women 14 years. In bronze medal position, 1:18.46, Hannah King. In the silver medal position, 1:18.28, Ella Drummond. And winning the gold medal in 1:15.22, Jodisha Kirkpatrick. Moving now to the 15-year-old girls in the bronze medal position in 1:15.12, Cassandra Taylor from North Canterbury. Silver medalist 1:15.09, Amy Teekman from Tawa. And winning the gold medal in 1:14.82, Jade Morrison from Capital. And moving to the 16-year-old girls now, 100 metres breaststroke. Sixteen-year-old girls, bronze medal, 1:14.19. Tori Grout from Raumati. In the silver medal position in 1:13.30, Riley Britton from St Peters. And winning the gold medal in 1:10.14 from Mount Maunganui, Zylika Pratt-Smith. Moving to the 17 and 18-year-old girls 100 metres breaststroke in 1:14.84 from Nelson South, Bree Anderson. In second place, the silver medal in 1:14.41 from North Wave, Madeline Whittam. And winning the gold medal in 1:14.26 from St Peters, Sarah Wilson. We move now to event 5, the 100 metre backstroke for men, starting with the 13-year-old boys. The bronze medal position in 1:08.60, Asa Banbury. And the silver medal position in 1:07.33, Regan Hana. And winning the gold medal in 1:06.56, Cameron Wilkinson. Moving now to the 14-year-old boys, 100 metres backstroke in the bronze medal position in 1:02.08, Matthew Bruning. The silver medal position in 1:00.53 from Murihiku Swimming Club, Joseph Kariagdi. And winning the gold in 1:00.44 from Tasman, William Seymour. Moving to the 15-year-old boys 100 metre backstroke medal ceremony. In the bronze medal position in 59.97, Connor McCulloch from Jazzy. Silver medalist 58.76 from Aqua Gym, Oliver Lutton. And in 58.47, the winner and gold medalist from Pirates, Finn Harland. Move now to the 16-year-old boys 100 metre backstroke medal ceremony. The bronze medalist in 1:01.16 from Aqua Gym, Wills Graham. The silver medalist in 58.42, Alexandra Esposito. And winning in 55.60 from Evolution, Tarquin Magna. Moving to the men's 17 and 18 years 100 metre backstroke. In bronze medal position in 55.23, Angus Kelleher from North Canterbury. Silver medalist in 55.18 from Wharanui Swim Club, Taiko Torepi Ormsby. And winning in 55.10 from St Peter's, Tyler Tapper. Moving now to event 6, the women's 100 metre backstroke, starting with 13-year-old girls medal ceremony. The bronze medalist in 107.46, Alina Wong. The silver medalist in 106.67, Evie Skidmore. And winning in a time of 105.96 from Hamilton Aquatics, Pippa Mihaka. Moving now to the 14-year-old girls 100 metre backstroke ceremony. Bronze medalist in 106.34, Georgina Bell. Silver medalist in 105.51, Talita McEwen. And winning in 104.88 from Jazzy, Hannah Abdo. Moving now to the 15-year-old girls 100 metre backstroke ceremony. In third place, the bronze medalist in 106.11 from St Peter's, Savannah Burke. The silver medalist in 104.28, Molly Player from Capital. And winning the gold medal in 103.30, Lucy Bartlett from Mount Maunganui. Move now to the girls' 16 years 100 metre backstroke ceremony. In the bronze medal position, 103.74, Jade Houston from St Peter's. Silver medalist in 102.43, Erica Fairweather. And winning the gold medal in 101.68, Zyleka Pratt-Smith from Mount Maunganui. Moving to the women's 17 and 18 years 100 metre backstroke medal ceremony. In the bronze medal position, 103.27, Sasha Reed from Aquablades. Silver medalist in 101.87, Sophie Irving from Capital. And winning the gold medal in 101.54, Molly Shivnan from Mount Maunganui. Move now to event 7, the men's 200 metres butterfly, starting with the 13-year-old boys medal ceremony. In second place, silver medal in 2:20.48 goes to Kemp Williams. And winning a gold medal in 2:19.82, James Bain. Moving now to the 14-year-old boys 200 metre butterfly. In the bronze medal position, 2:22.49, Jazzy Swim Club's Bryn Drummond. Silver medalist 2:21.07 from Swim Zone Racing, Mitchell Herberley. And winning the gold medal in 2:15.79, David Zhu from Porirua City Aquatics. Moving now to the 15-year-old boys 200-metre butterfly medal ceremony. In third place, the bronze medalist 2:19.26 from St Paul's, Boston Tordoff. Silver medalist in 2:15.05 from Wanaka Swim Club, Benjamin Silipo. And winning in 2:11.16 from Jazzy, Hugo Rathel. Moving now to the 16-year-old boys 200-metre butterfly medal ceremony. In the bronze medal position in 2:09.94 from Aquablades, Braden Muley. In silver medal position in 2:02.84 from Capital, Sam Brown. And winning in 2:00.95 from Evolution Aquatics, Thomas Wilkinson. Moving to the 17 and 18-year-old men 200-metre butterfly medal ceremony. Bronze medalist in 2:04.51, Luan Grobbelaar. Second place in 2:00.85, Bronson Lloyd of Tawa. And winning in 1:59.95 from Capital, Joel Crampton. Moving now to the final event of this morning's session. Event 8, the 200 butterfly for women, starting with the 13-year-old girls medal ceremony. In silver medal position in 2:38.67, Florence Venner. The gold medalist in 2:28.68, Brooke Swan from Tasman. Moving to the 14-year-old girls 200 metres butterfly medal ceremony. The bronze medal position in 2:27.54, Florence Nelson of Jazzy. Silver medalist in 2:26.41, Jemima Barr from Tasman. And winning in 2:22.37 from Tawa, Hannah Campbell. Moving to the 15-year-old girls 200 metre butterfly medal ceremony. In third place in 2:26.42, Amelia Feiner from Bream Bay. Silver medalist 2:25.93 from Mount Maunganui, Lucy Bartlett. And winning the gold medal 2:21.74 from Capital, Esty Jacobs. Now to the 16-year-old girls 200 metre butterfly medal ceremony. In third place, the bronze medalist 2:23.75 from Capital, Gabriella Jacobs. Second place in 2:18.84 from Capital, Jenna Ralston-Larking. And winning in 2:15.16 from St Paul's Swimming Club, Laura Littlejohn. Moving to the final medal ceremony of this morning's program, the 200 metre butterfly for 17 and 18-year-old girls. In third place, in 2:28.85 from Comet, Holly Fisher. Silver medalist in 2:22.97, Sarah Miller from St Paul's. And winning in the gold medal position in 2:17.83 from Neptune, Jessica Scott. Thank you to Lauren Harrod from Team Line for presenting those medals. Congratulations to all of the place getters in this morning's session. A fantastic set of events this morning to kick off the Aon 2020 New Zealand Short Course Championships. Many PBs. Looks like that 12 months of training has paid off for these swimmers. We look forward to you joining us from 4:45 p.m. on Sky Sport Next YouTube channel, or you can join us at the finals of Sky Sport Channel 9. We'll see you this afternoon.
Aon has been helping Kiwis strive for sporting success for over 20 years. As New Zealand's leading insurance broker, we can also support you when it comes to your insurance. Expert advice and local service. Talk to your local Aon insurance broker today.
Challenge yourself this summer at the Banana Boat Ocean Swim Series. Distances to suit all abilities. And this year hosting the New Zealand Secondary School Champs. So much more than a swim. Enter at oceanswim.co.nz.